Hello, beautiful people. This is Rebecca Abraxas. We are remembering our greatness here and expanding consciousness. All right, have you ever had a day where you feel like you're not fitting in to your own creation, that you're not fitting into your high vibe life by design? Have you ever felt like I don't belong in my own life? I'm not fitting in. I'm not fitting into the life that I truly want to be creating. Because the reality is, guys, is that the life that you want to live is already happening. It's just us aligning with it in this present moment. Everything really is in the present moment. So I had one of these ahas this morning. Before I even got out of bed, this is what happened. I want to tell you about how I raised my vibration and got back into a high vibe state to really line up with the life that I want to be living. It's all just vibration. And what helps us know where we are is our feelings, our rainbow of feelings and sensations and emotions. And so I want to tell you a little story about my morning. You ready? Thanks for being here, by the way. Thanks for watching. Okay, so I woke up and I didn't sleep super great. So I just laid there and I was like, okay, I'm going to do my meditation in bed. So I just laid there and I could feel like resistance. I could feel like a resistance to feeling good. And I was like, the gem of the morning was this question. And it made all the difference. And it brought up so much awareness for me. And then brought up the next piece that happened that really kind of exploded my day into rainbows and unicorns. So, so here it is. Where am I resisting my own joy? Where am I resisting my own joy? And when I said that question to myself, it showed me. It showed me like a little rectangular box. It looked like kind of like like a box, what the black box or the metal box that, part of the planes and stuff. It was just it was a black metal box. And it just had this density to it. And I just felt it right in the middle of my body or my field. And so it was cool that that question revealed the actual energetic that was creating resistance. Because I really believe that joy is our natural state of being. It is our resonant frequency. It's our wellness frequency. I really feel like joy is our natural state. So it's like, why am I not waking up in joy? So first thing you want to do if you're not waking up in joy before you even ask that question is to, just bring all the aspects of yourself in here and shut down and close all the portals and multi-dimensional paths that you took during your sleep time, and pull all that back, close that all down, and really come into your body. And you can come into your body by grounding into the Omega chakra, which is a chakra right below your feet, about 18 inches below your feet. So you can do that. So come on into your body and then see how you're feeling. And if you still feel like dense, that's resistance. All that is resistance to your own resonant frequency, which is a joy frequency. It's a joy vibe. So that's what I was feeling. I was feeling some kind of resistance. So when I asked that question, it showed me the box. But it didn't give me a story. It didn't give me a vision of whose it was or, the story of where it came from for me. It just showed me. And in just seeing it and becoming aware of it, it kind of just softened and I just was present with it. I still don't know the story behind the box. I still don't know if it was mine or someone else's, and it doesn't matter. And the thing is, guys, sometimes in our awakening and ascension journey, we really want to know, we want to know all the story. And that really is our ego, our personality avatar that wants to know the story. We really don't need to know the story. we really don't need a lot of words and put together, because the more words and the more story that comes to, the denser it gets, and the harder it is to release it. So if you notice an energy and you can get to it before it turns into words and a story, you're going to have a lot easier time releasing the energy, releasing that resistance so that your joy can kind of flow on through. All right, so here I was with the box, had an image of this, and it was really interesting. I just sat with it, I was present with it, and then what came to me was just like, oh, I think I'm going to turn the channel now. Like a radio station, the idea of a radio station came, and I just like turned the dial. And I was like, oh, I think I'm going to turn the dial to the joy station now. And I did. I just kind of, in my mind, just, just heard the static and switched it. Now, I didn't see the resistance. I didn't see the box and get freaked out and say, oh, I just want to rise out from it. I just want to, no, I was present with it, guys. It's important to just be with it, be present with it. Feel the contrast, okay? The contrast is going to be your natural joy state and this denser frequency. And the gap in between is that contrast, right? And that contrast, when you're really present with it, you're like, yeah, I think I want to feel different. This isn't the energy of my best life. So I really don't want to step into my day with this. What is this? And in asking what is this, and you're willing to be present with it, I've noticed that the story doesn't come, but it just kind of dissolves, and you're able to just shh. I don't know why I just did that, shh. But, you're able to just go to a different channel. You're able to tune yourself to a different frequency once you're willing to be aware of what's there, and then you can, if you choose, go to the next frequency, which, you can choose joy. You can choose the joy channel if you want to. Now, I know this seems simplistic, but if you work on this all day, every day, if you work on this, it becomes your second nature to jump into joy. And now I got up and I just started singing, and I opened the curtains and, oh, what a beautiful morning, and just started opening the curtains and had a lovely day. Things just really flowed with so much ease today. And, if I would have gotten out of bed without that question, where am I resisting my joy? Where am I resisting my joy? If I got out of bed without that question, and without the awareness that came up, and without the choice to tune myself to a different vibration and frequency, I would have had a very different day. I really believe that. So guys, where are you feeling like you're not fitting into your day? Because perhaps your frequency or vibration has dropped and you get kind of stuck there. I really recommend, before you even get out of bed, take a vibrational inventory. Take a vibrational inventory. Do you feel your joy vibe? Or do you feel something denser? And ask the question, where am I resisting my joy? You could ask what vibration, what frequency is preventing me from my joy vibe? You can ask, what energy, space, and consciousness am I being that's creating resistance to my joy? So you can ask it in different ways. But the question is not so much to come up with a distinct answer, as much as it is to just open up the funnel and say, I'm willing to sit here and be aware. Okay, I'm aware of the contrast. I'm aware that I'm not in my joy vibe. And I'm going to sit here with this question and open up my awareness. And it's not to get a story. It's not to get an answer. It's not to get the next thing channeled. It's to become aware of your vibration. And if you can become aware of it before the stories and before the words come in, you're going to have an easier time changing that channel. Because once the story, like I mentioned before, once the story comes in and once the words come in, it becomes denser and denser. That said, if you are aware of something that's pretty dense and that's been living in your tissue and living in your body for a long time, that's going to come in layers, okay? Because like energy can, you can tune energy and move it like that. But when it is locked in the body for some years, it's a dense energy and it kind of has to leave in layers, okay? That density takes a little while to move. It will if you've gotten to the root of it, and eventually it will move. And I really suggest embodiment work for that. So that's going to be like yoga, okay? Doing a yoga practice, a hatha yoga practice, where you're doing the asanas, you're doing the stretches, you're burning out the karmic residue in the skin and the tissues, right? You are letting go of the physical, the actual dense physical resistance in the body. So the practice that I'm talking about today that I did this morning is more of like an energetic. And that really works well if you've done a lot of yoga, you've released a lot of trauma and karma from the physical body. And now you are just kind of in tune with when your vibration drops and you can turn the channel, it drops, turn the channel, go up. So it depends on where you are. Now you can, before you even get out of bed, you could be sitting there and being like, becoming aware of a layer of energetic that's leaving from the tissue of the body. But just know that it is a process. It is layers and layers, and the density of the body does not move as swiftly as just an energetic. Because once something becomes a story and a belief and an emotion, it gets denser and denser and denser, and it moves slower. But that's okay. There's different practices for different places where you are, and so give it a try. Ask some questions. Ask the question is what is keeping me from my joy? What resistance is keeping me from my joy? And see what shows up. See if you have a revelation. See if you just get the contrast. See what comes. And there really is no right or wrong. If you get a story from a past reality, or you get something like a weight and the resistance that's been held through your whole lineage, and you're the one that's healing it for your family, and that's a story. There's no right or wrong there. It's just sometimes when we're working with energies, there's a tendency to want to glom a story onto it and create this whole story around it. So I would say just don't go creating the story. If the story and the awareness comes up, be with it, become aware of it, allow it. But try your best not to attach a story. Okay, so it's a little different. Attaching a story is different than becoming aware of the story. And it'll feel different too. And a lot of times attaching a story to something starts to bring up trauma energy and reactivates trauma. And it actually just creates a circular pattern of density in your field and your body. So we don't want to do that. So I'm kind of babbling. Is this making sense? Let me know in the comments. I hope this is helpful. This is what I went through today, and it really made a difference. So there's no right or wrong about this. Do your best to not attach a story onto it all. Become aware of what happens when you ask the question, and be sure to change the dial to go back to your resonant frequency of joy. And so that's what I played with today, and it worked brilliantly, and I had a wonderful day. So I hope you have a wonderful day too. And you don't have to just use this practice upon waking. You can use it all throughout your day and really become like a ninja about this, an energy ninja, a vibrational ninja about this. Because like if you are noticing your vibration, drops every few hours, get right in there, tune back to your joy state, become aware of what you're allowing to drop your frequency. What are you attached to? What belief systems, what's working in you that's dropping your frequency? Become aware, ask a question, tune yourself back to joy. And this is a real quick practice that you can do upon waking and throughout your whole day. And it can be done instantaneously. So you don't have to get stuck, and you can feel like you are really fitting in to your high vibe day. So beautiful people, if you would like to have some more information about some of the things that are kind of sticking you vibrationally, go on over to my website, RebeccaAbraxas.com. There's a free gift there and a little quiz for you. And when you take it, it'll give you what area might be a good area to really focus on for personal growth, or asking questions, or cleaning up vibrationally so that you're not dipping throughout your day a lot. And so, yeah, that's over at RebeccaAbraxas.com. All right, beautiful people. Thanks so much for being in this high vibe tribe. Namaste.